everyone. Good evening. It's Donna Vanderhoff here again, and we are studying the book The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And we are on, I believe, the bottom of page 17 on the PDF version. It starts off here with I have a friend who said nothing could induce her to walk under a ladder. I said, if you are afraid, you are giving in to a belief in two powers, good and evil, instead of one. As God is absolute, there can be no opposing power unless man makes the false the false of evil for himself. To show you believe in only one power, God, and that there is no power or reality in evil, walk under the next ladder you see. Soon after, she went to her bank. She wished to open her box in the safety deposit vault, and there stood a ladder on her pathway. It was impossible to reach the box without passing under the ladder. She quailed with fear and turned back. She could not face the lion on her pathway. However, when she reached the street, my words rang in her ears, and she decided to return and walk under it. It was a big moment in her life, for ladders had held her in bondage for years. She retraced her steps to the vault, and the ladder was no longer there. This so often happens. If one is willing to do a thing he is afraid to do, he does not have to do to have it. He does not have to. It is the law of non-resistance, which is so little understood. Someone has said that courage contains genius and magic. Face a situation fearlessly and there is no situation to face. It falls away of its own weight. The explanation is that fear attracted the ladder on the woman's pathway, and fearlessness removed it. Thus, the invisible forces are ever working for man who is always pulling the strings himself, though he does not know it. Owing to the vibratory power of words, whatever a man voices, he begins to attract. People who continually speak of disease invariably attract it. After man knows the truth, he cannot be too careful of his words. For example, I have a friend who often says on the phone, do come to see me and have a fine old-fashioned chat. This old-fashioned chat means an hour of about 500 to 1,000 destructive words, the principal topics being loss, lack, failure, and sickness. I reply, no, thank you. I've had enough old-fashioned chats in my life. They are too expensive, but I will be glad to have a new fashion chat and talk about what we want, not what we don't want. There is an old saying that man only dares use his words for three purposes: to heal, bless, or prosper. What man says of others will be said of him, and what he wishes for another, he wishes for himself. Curses, like chickens, come home to roost. And we'll stop there today with that. And this is great. This is explaining what I've been saying about being so careful of what you speak, um, because you're putting out that vibration out into the universe, and then there's going to be a reaction because of the law of cause and effect. You're putting out a cause, there has to be an effect for it, and the effect will be equal to what you put out. Um, and it will come back to you. So you put out evil, you're going to get evil back in. But if you put out good, good will come back to you. And I just want to say what we were talking about yesterday with the with people using tokens like little um like things they think that are like Lucky Charms kind of for them. Um, you can definitely do that. That's like putting little reminders of I have a mentor who has all these blocks of wood with sayings written on them that are encouraging, empowering sayings that she wants to remind herself of. And she has them all around in her office and throughout her house. So if you wanted to use something like that, that's definitely advisable to do that, to kind of reprogram your mind so that you're always reinforcing these new thoughts into your mind. Like she has things that say like my success is absolutely guaranteed. And and that always reminds you of that, and your success will be absolutely guaranteed the more you see that and the more you impress that in your mind, because that's the way you'll start to think. You'll automatically start thinking that way because you're putting it in your subconscious where your programming is. You're reprogramming yourself to think positive and to think empowering thoughts, and this will help you tremendously. So I encourage you to actually leave little reminders for yourself all around where you can see them. So that's what we'll have for today. And have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for showing up and joining me. Bye.